Your best friend showing up at your door in tears because her boyfriend just shoved her so hard she was left bruised. Now imagine having the power to completely dismantle that boyfriend's future without ever laying a hand on him. That's exactly what I did. And let's just say he never saw it coming. If you've ever dreamed of serving cold, calculated justice, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and smash the like. Because today's story is about a toxic boyfriend, a hidden access to power, and a revenge so clean it might just make you clap out loud. Let's dive in. Back in the early 2000s, when the internet was still a wild frontier full of potential, I was a student at my local junior college. Life was pretty simple then. I was working part-time in the school's administration office, grinding through classes. And recently, I'd moved in with my girlfriend, let's call her Lucy. It wasn't just about romance. Moving in together was practical. We split the rent, saved money, and got to spend more time together. Things were good. One night, Lucy told me she had invited a classmate over for a game night. She said, "Oh, you'll like her. She's really fun." I wasn't sure what to expect, but I was in. When the night came, a few friends gathered, dice rolled, cards shuffled, laughter filled the air, and then Lucy's friend arrived. To my surprise, it was someone I already knew, Sarah. We weren't close in high school, but we knew each other enough to exchange smiles and small talk. That familiarity made the night even more relaxed. From that point forward, Sarah became a regular in our little circle. Dinners, movie nights, game nights. She was there often. And she even brought her boyfriend along a couple of times. His name was Jay. Now, let me paint a picture of Jay. You know the type, quiet but not in a thoughtful way. More like brooding, cold, always on the outside looking in. He never cracked a smile, never engaged, never joined the fun. If the room was full of warmth and connection, he was the shadow in the corner. Honestly, it felt like he hated being there. But to be polite, we let him come. That said, after 2 or 3 awkward evenings, Jay found excuses not to show up again. And honestly, nobody missed him. Then came the night everything changed. It was late, and Lucy's phone rang. On the other end was Sarah, sobbing so hard she could barely get words out. She begged to come over. Of course, we said yes. When she arrived, mascara streaked her cheeks, and her hands shook as she clutched a tissue. Slowly, between sobs, the story spilled out. Jay had accused her of cheating, of all things, cheating when she was simply spending time at our place. He didn't even clarify who she was supposedly cheating with, me. Lucy. Both of us, it didn't matter. The accusation was insane, but what came next crossed a line that can't be uncrossed. As she tried to leave during the argument, Jay shoved her, hard. She tripped over a coffee table, crashing down, bruising her back and hip. Lucy later whispered to me that she had seen the bruise with her own eyes. And that image, Sarah's pain, her humiliation, her fear, burned into my brain. Sarah tried to downplay it. "He's never done this before. I think it was just an accident," she said. But deep down, I knew. Whether it was the first time or the 10th, this was abuse. And something inside me snapped. I could feel my pulse in my ears. My fists clenched involuntarily, nails digging into my palms. Every cell in my body screamed me, do something. I wanted to confront him physically, to unleash every ounce of rage I had. But here's the truth. I'm not a fighter, I'm a big guy, but I've never thrown a punch in my life. Violence wasn't in my nature. But cleverness, that I had in spades. And as the heat of anger burned in my chest, a colder, sharper thought cut through, I can end him another way. You see, working in the administration office gave me a kind of power most students never thought about. I had access, student records, fee accounts, class schedules, everything. And the timing, oh, it was perfect. The deadline to drop or add classes without penalty was approaching. If you missed it, you were locked in or out. So I looked up Jay, his student ID, his schedule, his account details, all right there in front of me. And that's when the plan crystallized. On the very last day to make changes, I picked up one of the dedicated enrollment phones in the office. Back then, online registration wasn't fully in place yet. My heart pounded as I calmly read out his information, pretending to be him. Click. One by one, I dropped every single one of his classes. Then, just to twist the knife, I added every available course that carried an extra fee. Lab fees, equipment fees, material costs, you name it. Why stop at inconvenience when I could bury him in red tape and debt? But here's the kicker. Jay was a foreign student, and without full-time enrollment, his student visa was at risk. No classes meant no legal way to stay in the country. I hung up the phone, adrenaline coursing through me. It was done. The fallout came quickly. Sarah told us later that when she walked in her Tuesday English class, Jay was there too. But something was different. There was a new student, standing because there weren't enough chairs. The professor frowned, puzzled, and decided to call roll. Name after name was ticked off the list until Jay's turn. Silence. His name wasn't there. Confused, he tried to argue. I am enrolled! Check again! But the professor held the official roster. Jay wasn't on it. Period. And just like that, the class rolled on without him. Sarah said he never came back after that day. For me, the satisfaction was electric. I didn't see the full fallout, whether he got kicked out, sent home, or just spiraled into frustration. But I knew one thing for certain. Sarah never had to sit through class with him again. He was gone. Later, curiosity got the better of me. I peeked at his records again. All those heavy classes I'd added, gone, cleared out. But he wasn't enrolled in anything else either. His schedule was a ghost town. Did he try to fight it? Did the school block him for unpaid fees? Was his visa revoked? I don't know. Honestly, I didn't care. Because the important part was this Sarah was safe. Now, I'll admit, sometimes I wondered if I went too far. Maybe I should have just reported him. Maybe I should have let karma do the work. But then, the image of Sarah crying on our couch flashes through my mind. The bruise, the betrayal, the fear. And every time my answer is the same no. He deserved it. Mess with me all you want. But hurt my friends, you're done. That day, justice wasn't loud. It wasn't fists flying or public humiliation. It was quiet, invisible, and devastating. Jay thought he could control Sarah with fear. Instead, I controlled his future with a phone call. Watching Sarah walk into class free of his presence, that was the sweetest victory. Revenge doesn't always have to be violent. Sometimes the best justice is the kind your enemy never even sees coming. The kind that dismantles them quietly, piece by piece, until they're left with nothing but the consequences of their own cruelty. So what do you think? Was I too harsh, or did Jay get exactly what he deserved? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love reading your takes. And if you've ever witnessed satisfying karma or revenge, share your story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next tale of justice served cold. Until then, stay sharp and protect your people.